World of Goo is an excellent example of what more games should be like. Its simple gameplay of having puzzles where you have to build structures to guide Goo to escape levels is constantly innovating itself by having tons of different kinds of Goo with different abilities and levels with a large amount of variety. It just never stops ceasing to amaze me. It's just an excellent game. The core of the game is simple. You attach Goo to make larger little structures here, a bridge across a gap, towards that tube there. Once you get there, the Goo will escape, and as long as you have the preset number that will escape, then you move on to the next level. It's simple, but it's addictive. Each level has most levels introduce different kinds of Goo. Here you have the balloon Goo that lift these barriers, and then you reattach the balloons to the Goo structure down here, and it floats up to the escape. The green Goo, most Goo will, you can attach them once and they're stuck and you can't reattach them. The green Goo is unique in that you can constantly move them, which allows me to have this structure climb up these towers here. In the white Goo, these you attach and they weight things down, which allow you to reach further and further down as I go to wake up these sleeping Goo, which are my goal, because I have to have them reach the exit here as they climb back up. Some of the red Goo are flammable, which you can use to actually destroy themselves, destroy a structure, and have this larger block fall down, and then I can get access to the exit. The skull Goo you can use to, they're impervious to damage, so you use them to protect the weaker Goo above there as they guide along, making a bridge among these spikes to reach the exit tube. And the yellow Goo is unique in the sense that it'll attach to anything, and you can use it here on this level to slowly climb up these wheels and reach higher lengths to get to the tube at the top. And you can also use the red flammable Goo to light up these bombs and blow up barriers to get to wake up more Goo, or to get to secret areas, or to get the exact exit tube at some point. And every level is just so unique, and all the Goos are so different. These Goos you actually shoot rather than actually making structures. Most of them you attach to things and make structures, but these you actually just shoot. It's just constantly innovating and changing. Most games would just make one or two Goos and be happy with it, but that's not the case with World of Goo, thankfully. This large Goo, you have to guide up this waterfall that's going up, the flow, into smaller Goo, and then it can reach through this narrow tube to get to the exit. If you make a mistake, it normally could be frustrating if you weren't able to backstep. As I did here, all the Goos dying, I didn't want that to happen. But if you see these ghosts that you hit, and you can rewind one step. So you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. It's just constantly innovating all the different levels. Here you just reposition the balloons. It's subtle, but it's like turning a wheel in the air, which you have to really think differently in each level. It's constantly changing. It's just a lot of fun to have to think in different ways. Most games you play, it's just the same thing over and over again. Another subtle change, this is a very windy level. So you use the balloons along and to lift the structure, and you make a bridge in the air. And you have to constantly change to avoid that big windmill in the upper right hand corner. You have to go above the windmill and then weight it back down, constantly changing how it flows in the air. World of Goo is just an excellent game that I highly recommend. It's a puzzle game that constantly changes how you think about the game. It's not the same type of puzzle over and over again. And all the different little Goo critters have different abilities, which I showed in this video, that make you think differently and combine them in different ways in order to get through the different challenges. I really can't recommend World of Goo enough. It's an excellent puzzle game that constantly innovates and provides different challenges and powers. No other games really do that anymore, so you really should owe it to yourself to give it a chance.